Roboute Guilliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines, was one of the 20 genetically engineered sons of the Emperor of Mankind. His gestation capsule landed upon the world of Macragge, where he would be adopted by one of the two nobles who governed the world. Roboute was a prodigy, growing fast in both body and mind, and by his 10th birthday had mastered every subject the wisest teachers of Macragge could teach him, and his insights into matters of history, philosophy, and science often stunned his elders. However, his greatest talents were as a military leader. When the Emperor reached Macragge during the Great Crusade, he found a world that was self-sufficient, prosperous, with a strong and well-equipped military, engaging in trade with nearby systems. Impressed with his son, the Emperor assigned command of the Ultramarines Legion to Guilliman, and relocated their forward base to Macragge. Following the aftermath of the Horus Heresy and the Emperor's ascension into the Golden Throne, Guilliman, whose legion was the largest and most intact following the conflict, assumed the title of Lord Commander of the Imperium. 4 years after, Guilliman deployed and led the Ultramarines throughout the galaxy, reclaiming worlds lost to chaos and preventing the loss of still others to rebellion or invasion from outside the Imperium. At the same time, Guilliman reorganized the Space Marine legions into chapters, and composed the Codex Astartes, the tome that the Ultramarines follow strictly, to prevent an event like the Horus Heresy from ever happening again. A few years later, in the battle against the Emperor's children, Guilliman would meet his apparent end. The traitor Primarch Fulgrim had been elevated by Slaanesh to a powerful demon prince, becoming an immense multi-limbed monstrosity. Each limb bore a poisoned sword, and during the battle he stabbed Guilliman in the throat. Guilliman was interred into stasis by the Ultramarine apothecaries, and remains frozen in the instant of death, while Fulgrim retreated back into the Eye of Terror. Currently, his mortal body remains in stasis, in the Shrine of Guilliman, deep within the Temple of Correction, one of the holiest places in the Imperium. Some pilgrims claim that the Primarch's wounds are slowly recovering, a feat credited to the power of the Emperor of Mankind. But could Guilliman actually be healing while interred in stasis? Primarchs were known to have abilities that far surpassed even the superhuman abilities of the Adeptus Astartes, and so could withstand punishment that could fell a normal Space Marine. Instances include Lorgar being shot by a volcano cannon, and Angron being stepped upon by a Warhound Titan. But a wound to the neck and the throat would be one that would require immediate treatment, as the carotid arteries are major blood vessels in the neck that supply blood to the brain, neck and face. Since Fulgrim himself used poisoned blades, it seems likely, depending upon the toxicity of the poison itself, that being stabbed in the neck would be almost certain death for even a being such as a Primarch. Initially, it seems impossible that Guilliman could in fact be healing, given the fact he is interred within a stasis field. Stasis fields create breaks in the normal flow of space-time within their area of effect, slowly massively the progress of causality. The closer one is to the centre of a stasis field, the slower time appears to move. A single moment can take so long to play out inside a stasis field that it appears frozen to observers outside the affected area. Because the contents of a stasis field are divorced from the normal passage of time, it is effectively impossible to alter the conditions of the inside of the field in any way. This makes whatever is caught in the area of effect almost completely frozen and unable to be harmed. That being said, despite being slowed down to almost nothing, it would appear that time in fact does still flow, albeit extremely slowly, to the point that beings interred in stasis can still age. Within the Omega Vault, a mysterious chamber deep within the Deathwatch fortress of Eriok, the Deathwatch uncovered an ancient astropath held in a stasis field. When awoken, the astropath sent one brief astropathic message and spoke 2 words before expiring from extreme old age. This would suggest, given the specific phrasing of extreme old age, that beings interred in stasis continue to grow and age throughout their lifetime. Although this process could potentially take millennia, and that the ancient astropath, once released from stasis, found that his body couldn't take the strain of, to him, aging hundreds of thousands of years within the blink of an eye. Since this ancient astropath had seemingly grown to an extreme age, given the supernatural biology of a Primarch, it is in fact possible that Guilliman's body could be potentially healing, depending solely on if his body can heal faster then the poison and the wounds he suffered can kill him. This is entirely possible, as Astartes all have organs within them called Susan membranes, which put an Astartes into suspended animation, generally as a reaction to extreme trauma. Astartes in this form of biological stasis have been known to survive for centuries. Given that all Astartes organs are created from the Primarch's own gene seed, Guilliman could have a variation of the Susan membrane that would allow his body clock to kickstart his immune system into overdrive, to heal wounds that would otherwise kill him while in stasis. Perhaps one day, the Primarch will return, and possibly even resume his role as Lord Commander of the Imperium. Thanks for watching.